Samba everyone. Thank you for joining me this evening for our Sunday Samadhi. Let go and flow. Another Sunday, another week ended. Just a couple of hours away. Be a new week beginning. And yes, I said the word beginning correctly. Grateful for you to join me. This is our time together. Time for our bodies to drop. For us to sit together. For us to enjoy the Samadhi meditation. And all that is required is for you to drop the body and open your heart. Just relax and let the body take its well-deserved rest while we go inside and connect with the beautiful spark of love, to be connected with an unconditional love, cosmic consciousness from the universe. Tonight we'll be guided, but please don't be too aware of my voice. Just treat it like a bird song in the distance, the wind passing through the branches of the trees. Just a soft and gentle guiding, just to help to bring the awareness and the connection to your beautiful hearts and the spark of love that was placed there, your creation. So to give you a little bit of help, just want to make sure that you're comfortable seated. And it can either be in your favorite chair, on the floor, just somewhere the body can sit comfortably and not take away your awareness in being uncomfortable or fidgety, giving him the optimum experience of your sitting tonight. So now you're comfortably seated. Just a small few adjustments just to help. We want to ensure that our back is in an upright position, nice and straight, so it can be connected to the ground below and the universe above, giving a direct connection between heaven and earth. I want you to place your tongue in the roof of your mouth, just behind your teeth. Drop your chin slightly as to bring the crown of your head in line with your back. Place your hands where it is comfortable, either on your knees or on your lap or down by your sides. We're going to start this meditation with 3 sambas. This is what we do just to recognize ourselves and recognize the whole universe. Our perception of our authentic self. So to do the sambas, we're going to do 3. So as we take an intake of breath, full intake, put our hands in prayer palms, bring them to the top of our head, lower to our heart center, and exhale till the lungs are empty. And again, prayer palms to the top of our head while we intake a breath, and down to our heart center, and exhaling all the air from our lungs. And the last one, large intake of breath, hands and prayer palms to the top of our head. Take that extra sip of air and bring down to our heart center, and exhale, totally emptying the lungs. Exhaling any overflows or any stress and strains that may remain in the body that we don't need at this point, at this time. It's our chance to get rid of it. Bring your hands back to where it was comfortable. You have the option to keeping your eyes open gently, gazing at a point ahead of you at about a 45-degree angle, or gently closing your eyes. The choice is yours. We're going to connect to our breath. We're going to inhale through our nose, down as deep as you can go in your belly, pushing the belly button out, and exhaling back through the nose. Slowly and gently allow the breath to gently inhale, feeling it in the stomach, exhaling, the gentle rise of the belly, every breath in, dropping of the belly, every breath out. With your awareness on your breath, just gently guide with your awareness the breath down towards the belly button, or just further, just as far as comfortable, but no pushing, no forcing, to gently experience this. With our attention there, we can feel the nurturing qualities of the air, the oxygen, that this beautiful world supplies to us for free. There's no payment, there's nothing we have to do. The only return it requires is acceptance, acknowledgement, and enjoyment, giving us life with every breath. We're going to take our awareness away and up towards our heart, our beautiful, warm, nurturing, life-giving heart, leaving the breath to be, leaving the breath to do what it's designed to do. Just let it be. Let it breathe you. Slowly and gently bring our awareness into our heart center, connecting with the fire that's stored air from the dawn of creation, existing within our hearts. Giving the will to life, giving the will to connect. Feel the expansion, the connectiveness with the heart, with this beautiful love. It's ours to share. Be proud and share this beautiful love. Energize and connect. Unconditional love oozing and expanding this beautiful heart. Feel the vulnerability of our bodies connecting with this seed of light, this love. We have an entanglement as a human being with Mother Earth. We depend on this beautiful life-giving planet from the rain as a gift from the heavens to the trees, the beautiful filtration system of this planet, to this plants and the grass, plants that feed us, the grass that feed the animals, give us a beautiful place to lay down, the soil, home to millions of beings and place vegetation can call home. It feeds them, that feeds us. The rivers, the rainfall falls into the rivers. The ground becomes vulnerable, soaks up the water, and follows the circles of life into the rivers, into the oceans, into the clouds, to begin again. There's no starting point and no end point. The end point becomes the start point. The start point begets the end point. Keeps going on, expanding like the universe. Expanding, not knowing, just going, just being. Vulnerability is the opening. It is the softness. Mother Earth is vulnerable and is gratefully vulnerable. Soaking the beautiful gift of rain, which in turn gives life, promotes life. Becomes soft. The seeds, the plants become susceptible to the water, to the sunlight, to the moisture, which in turn produces life. So within every seed and every plant is the whole universe. The water from the heavens is within the plant. The minerals from the air the water passes through is within the plant. The soil is within the plant. The sun, out there in the middle of space, is within the plant. The plant is drawn to this light. We have the same light within us. The openness of the plant is the same as our life force. It opens and blossoms with the warmth of the sun. As we open and blossom with the power of love, your unconditional love, susceptibility and openness. That's your heart. If you let it be, it's the life force. It's the child in you being allowed to be. How beautiful is that? Your heart, your love, your soul is just being allowed to be the child. Yeah, vulnerabilities are treated in our society as a weakness. My experience, especially with men, we've kind of been trained or conditioned from a very early age to be strong. They say vulnerability isn't a strong attribute, but I disagree. I think vulnerability is where you tap into your real self. The only way to love and to feel love is through being vulnerable. And being conditioned against vulnerability is just putting a guard. With experience, putting a guard up can lead to such suffering and pain. If only I was more vulnerable, I ask myself, and the pain and suffering wouldn't exist. The guard has been shattered. The heart has been let free. It's become that child again. There's nothing more vulnerable than a newborn child that newly born animal, leaving the mother's womb or egg, coming into this world. The only way to survive is to be vulnerable, to be in acceptance. One of the best images I can ever conjure up as a child, asleep in the cradle. The stillness of that being is just heart melting. Your heart just envelops the whole image of a child in stillness. The child is so vulnerable. The vulnerability is what the child uses to develop and survive and to connect. The connection between mother and child, the entanglement, the entwining two souls. It's just the beginning. The entwining of souls and cosmic consciousness is what I strive for, what everybody wants, towards enlightenment and the stillness that we had at our most vulnerable point when we were born. So throw away the conditioning, throw away the hardness, and admit to the vulnerability. No weaknesses. Smash through that guard, that door, that locked door. Unpick it and fling it open. Present yourself to the world. Present yourself to yourself. Just be. Yes, some people think that vulnerability is a weakness, that we cannot go there. People think that vulnerable people are oversensitive or over-emotional. That's not it. Being vulnerable doesn't even have learning to be in this state involves a willingness to accept emotional risk that comes from being open and willing to love and to be loved. We all deserve to be loved. And we are all loved. Let the light in. Let the light shine through. Let the thing. The more you radiate, the more you are connected. The fragrance of love is the most attractive fragrance. People, animals, they just want to be in your presence. Your presence is the most sacred. Your presence is where they want to be. This life force, this light you emit is for the world to share and not to be guarded away and not to be locked away. Please make this love vulnerable, open, and truthful. For truth is the way. Your authentic self requires and deserves this. How do we get there? No judging. Be accepting. Love thy neighbour as thou love yourself, is the text. Don't be afraid. Let your heart be the light. And vulnerability has to be entwined with your heart, with your love, with your life source. It has to have that codependent relationship, which will never end. To be entwined like lovers in each other's arms, to walk hand in hand, to Walk slowly and softly side by side to coil, to interweave and unite. By doing this, the freedom of the beautiful life source is felt everywhere. So, with this vulnerability and unitedness, and with stillness, is where you can present yourself as your true self, your true, authentic self. Reveal your whole life, not just the parts which suit the situations you may be in, but revealing your whole life and your true, authentic self in everything you do, in your family life, in your work life, in your social life. Revealing your love, your light, and your true, authentic self with vulnerability and stillness. So no more hiding, no more masking, no more pretending. You must and you will become vulnerable and honest. And it all starts off with you choosing to stand up and present your true, authentic self. The warmth, the healing, and the light from your heart, from your life force, connected with cosmic consciousness, and the peace you emit. Present your true self, stand in this, and then you will sit in this. Connecting through Samadhi will present a change in you that everyone will see. Every being will feel not only see the light, but hear the light and feel the light that comes from you. Through your words, through your gestures, through your embrace, through your generosity. Through your handshake and your conversations. Through you just being there and your speech. Through you sharing your food. Your smile. Through you opening the door. Through you listening and you sharing your story. I promise you, being vulnerable with love and light is the most important thing you can ever do. And if you do not do it, no one else will. No one else will do it for you. This is the work that you have to do yourself. Sitting more, connecting to your private place, doing this work. It's down to you. I promise you, if you're waiting for others to do this for you, then it will never come. You must do it. This is what is waiting for you. True stillness, true love, true enlightenment. So, be true to yourself, be truthful and honest. Promise yourself to do this work. Do this wholeheartedly. With your whole being. Give this the chance it needs to light up the world. Thank you for joining me in this Samadhi. I wish you all the health, peace and love for this coming week, and until we meet again, Samba, good night, sleep well.